there has been some interesting shakeups. Maybe we should get into the wrestling news segment. What do you think?
Yeah, let's say on ratings, because Dave Meltzer had this really interesting breakdown late last week.
Thanks for
early this week maybe. Because if you look at the money demos, 18 to 34 or 18 to 49, AEW is defeating Raw and SmackDown, or at least pulling the same numbers depending on the weeks, you know?
Yeah.
And TNT must be so freaking happy about this, because they bought a Raw quality show, for $55 million, while USA Network and Fox had to pay billions for the same show.
Yeah, billions, and their key demo is outdoing the competitors in the money demo.
Yeah, and that's not all. SmackDown reaches more homes, is the more established brand, and this is an interesting point from Dave Meltzer. I want to get your take on this. He says the pandemic only sped up a process that would have happened anyway.
I heard that.
Yeah,
I think that's definitely the case. The problem is that WWE's booking is problematically predictable and problematically so hot-shotted that Seth Rollins came out and said that the average wrestling fan can't follow long-term booking. To which I laughed in his face and would say, do you watch New Japan? Do you watch Ring of Honor? Do you watch anything outside of your own bloody network? Because they do it quite well everywhere else, Seth. It's just not our fault that your writers who script your shit are kind of being hampered and, I don't know, handicapped by a 70-year-old who hasn't really known what wrestling is since 1994.
Seth Rollins' experience with long-term booking is when John Cena defeated Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania a couple of years ago. This all set up the Fiend character and led to the Firefly Funhouse match this year. This is long-term booking done by WWE. Or like when they beat Daniel Bryan into the ground for month and month until they finally listened to the fans. Oh, yeah, that's all part of a storyline.
Yeah,
we planned that years ago.
Yeah, we got there, boys. It just took you a while to catch on that we were doing this, you know. If you just had paid attention and enjoyed our storylines, you would have got there in the end and had a better time of it. Like, no, you got called out for doing crap, and you're still doing crap, and you luck your way into some segments. Congratulations.
Another problem is with long-term booking WWE. Oh, let's bash the show again. That's fun.
Yeah.
The problem is, if they set up a long-standing storyline, they don't know where it's going to end. Take Mr. McMahon's son.
Oh yeah.
They didn't know where they wanted to go, or who killed Roman Reigns. Was it last summer?
He killed Roman Reigns. Yeah, that was when we had like Eric Rowan and Daniel Bryan thing, right?
They booked that week to week. They didn't know who ran over Steve Austin. They didn't know.
No, they thought it was Rikishi, and then they realized Rikishi wasn't getting over, and then they had to bring back Triple H into it.
Yeah, there are countless examples of the. I mean, Raw Underground. The rumor is they have no idea where this is going. They just book it week to week, and not even that. They tear up the script and do something new on the spot. Because long-term booking, who needs to do that when you can just tear up the script your writers spent weeks writing? You know, what are they, writers? They don't know shit.
It's the audience of one. It's the audience of one, and that's the problem. Yeah. But we've said this before. It's useless. There's no point. But it is interesting though, because honestly, there is been a bit of a shift in TNT. There's been a shift in the person who was, I can't remember his name, but he was like the person that pretty much got AEW greenlit onto the network is now been ousted. And the person they put in their place is a guy who's been known to axe sports off Time Warner, specifically combat sports off Time Warner channels, such as the boxing off HBO and stuff. So there has been some fear of that there, but I think that the money demo stuff is going to be hard for him to explain and take off TV.
Especially for the price they paid. I think they're safe.
Yeah, I think they're safe. I think it's a situation where, like, if he tries to axe it and try to say, oh, blah, 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 they're going to say, it's making us money. How could you justify that? So I think they're safe for now.